So Mr. Escudero came from Texas and we had a phenomenal hunt. It was the first time for him and his family in Africa, first time on safari, and his big target was buffalo. And boy, did we get into some buffalo. The fact that Jorge was going to take his bull with a 470 double was special. We're getting Jorge here to try the 470 double, which is going to be a new experience for him.
Yes,
But
it is.
I have a feeling he's going to enjoy it.
I'm excited. Never shot a 470 before. A 470, it's probably twice the gun that I'm used to shooting. I've never shot a gun like that before. And so it was a little bit, I was concerned.
In a field condition, we're not going to baby you because you need to know.
What's your comfort?
So if you're reaching up, you're not comfortable. All you have to do is just hold one side.
Move it up or down?
Move it up or down. And important that when you take your shots, you're absolutely comfortable.
Okay. What's that distance?
25 meters. In your good time.
Okay. Jesus Christ, this thing is loud.
Okay.
Yes. The first time I pulled the trigger, I was shocked at how loud, how strong, and it was amazing. A little over to the right, so I'm jerking. Still to the right.
That is very good shooting, Jorge.
Is it really?
When you group like that, it means that you're shooting very well. If you look at the barrels,
Oh, wow.
that is as accurate as you can shoot on this double.
Okay.
Yeah. It is slightly off there, but it is probably because, see, this gun was customized for me. You're a taller, bigger man, so it's that has maybe caused the disparity. But on a buffalo, both those shots are killing shots.
Okay. Based on what you're telling me right now, I'm very pleased. Very pleased.
No,
I hope you are as well.
Yes, absolutely. No, you shot for the first time using a double. You're a great shot.
It was an amazing experience. I'll be honest with you, the first one shocked me. I could feel the recoil in my arm, and then the loudness. I was like, oh my God! And I don't even have my hearing aids in. Thank goodness. The second shot, I felt a little more comfortable. I felt ready, and honestly, I don't even feel anything in my shoulder right now. I felt it momentarily, but it was less on the second one because I think the first one just surprised me. And I gripped it a little bit tighter. I was very fortunate. I was able to put two shots within an inch of each other, basically like if they just come out of the barrel. So the professional hunter was quite pleased, and so was I. First day, first time, first everything. I feel like I'm on my first date.
Well, we've made our way to the upper reaches of the Otuma River. This place has been rested for a while. It should be calm. Some really old bulls like operating in the Sand River bottom there. We're going to sneak down, see if we can surprise anything.
first impressions is Africa is what I thought it could be. There's nothing here. I mean, what's amazing to me, it's pristine. I don't see any plastic. I don't see any paper. I don't see anything here but other than wild animal droppings. And I'm thinking to myself as I walk through here that it's always been this way for thousands of years, and this is amazing to me. Yes, it's hot. Yes, there are flies. Yes, the sandy bottom's not easy to walk through. But this is Africa. This is what I signed up for.
That gray body right next to, beyond the tree. Okay. I think they're trying to cross.
Did see one buffalo. It was mixed in with elephants, of all things.
There's quite a few elephants. We saw one buffalo right in there with the elephant. They're moving together.
So we didn't get a shot off, and that was the only chance we had. And saw some elephants close up. They didn't know we were there. That was pretty impressive. They were 50 yards, didn't know we were here. Young bulls, some cows, and some babies, and I was able to even videotape with my iPhone. That was kind of crazy to me. That's how close they were. That was pretty exciting. It was amazing. It made everything worth it this morning.
Slow movements, very slow movements.
The second day, we came into a herd. Which means there's a lot of animals, and trying to pick out the right one and not injure any other ones and not get caught.
I've only seen 2 old enough bulls in there, but they were ahead. They were behind the cows, and they've gone into the long grass.
And with that many eyes looking at you, it was extremely difficult. The whole idea is to get within 50 meters of these animals. And that's easier said than done. One, how big they were. Big and black. I mean, you see pictures of them, but do you actually see them up front, up close? That was my first thing. I was impressed with just the majesty of these animals. And in a herd setting, you see a bunch of them, and it was impressive.
Big bull, 2 very good genetics. So there's some young ones there that were. There was one that is already 42, 43, but soft.
At least being able to sneak up on them within 50, 60, 75 meters was pretty amazing. We tracked these through the brush. We were able to actually get up close to these two bulls. I was able to get the gun up on him. I never could see the head. And frankly, I couldn't discern the head from the tail. All I saw was a midsection, and I really wasn't willing to pull the trigger on a whim or guess. I need to know what I'm looking at before I pull the trigger. When I did the sighting in of the rifle, it was at 25 meters, which was pretty darn close for what I'm used to shooting. I usually shoot at around 100 meters. The PH told me, he says, well, my shots are all between 25 and 50 meters. And I'm thinking, no way. In my mind, I'm thinking, no, there's no way I'm gonna get 50 meters from an animal like this. I find that hard to believe. But I'm a believer. We did it on at least 4 or 5 occasions. And it's, every time I got better at it. Every time I learned something. And every time I got more confident. So it was an amazing experience. And yeah, 50 meters on in. And you, for those of my American friends, it's a little over 50 yards, which is not very far.
The other one is to his left, but it's covered by trees.
Unfortunately, the only bull that we could discern clearly was a great young bull. Just a beautiful animal. And he just didn't fit the profile we're looking for an older bull. His genes would need to be passed on to future generations.
That's proper buffalo hunting. It's a pity. I know you were tempted, and so was I.
Yeah, the deep curls. I looked at him like,
beautiful bull, but very young still. So they must have broken off from the herd. His colleague was caked more with mud, more silver, like more grayish. But I never got a good look at the horns. So,
I mean, I looked at it. I had a beautiful shot there, and I'm thinking, waiting for you to tell me the first shot.
I know you could have dropped him right there.
But I was like, I'm not for sure where the head is at. And if I shoot the wrong crease, I'm either going to shoot him in the leg or in the shoulder.
No, that was a good decision.
And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to wait.
Well,
That close.
Sunset, adrenaline. What more could you ask for? Life's good.
next one was one for the ages. Walking down beautiful dawn morning, and before we got off our vehicle, our tracker said they saw a leopard by the side of the road in the dark, within 1 meter from the road. I didn't see it, nobody else saw it, but they saw it, and I trust them. I believe them. They see things that I wouldn't think be possible. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, it'd be kind of cool to see one. You know, I have no idea. I mean, I know what a leopard looks like, but I've never seen one in the wild. And it crossed my mind, and I kind of let it go. As soon as we got to the bottom, there was a very primal screaming going on, literally right in front of us. There was 2 leopards fighting. It seemed way too close. And I was shocked at how agile, how fast, and how powerful they are.
That's incredible. Just hearing them was amazing. Seeing them, I was like, I thought they only came out at night. To see them during the day and actually see them, and how agile and how well they camouflage. It's just incredible. I have binoculars, and I still can barely, until he moves, I can't be for sure until he moves. That's how well they blend in. And they're big. Apparently the big one is on the bottom. I think he's feeding the smaller ones up on top.
And the way they blend in into the foliage was shocking. There's no way a person walking underneath a tree, there's one above you, I find it hard to believe you would even know it's there.
That's a great way to start the morning. This is what motivates me. This is wild.
There's 2 males. One was approximately, we estimate to be 45 kilos, which is about 100 pounds. And that was a small one. The other one was probably twice his size. And he was probably, 90 kilos, which puts him close to 200 pounds, which is just a little bit smaller than me. And the little one was trying to get away from the big one. He was going up a tree. And this is a tree that's probably, 30, 40 meters tall. And that leopard went all the way to the very top. Incredible, very acrobatic, amazing.
Looks like it was a territorial dispute. We haven't found a carcass or anything, but we're under the tree where they were fighting. We found that.
That wasn't a kill, it was a territorial dispute. Interesting.
The big boy doesn't want the youngster in there.
So we got to see something that people rarely get to see in the wild under any circumstances, much as in dawn, early morning when things need to be quiet and still. Probably screwed up our hunt there a little bit, to be honest with you, because anything within a few hundred yards probably left because they were pretty loud.
Wow, that's a massive leopard.
It's something I'll probably remember for the rest of my life because when it slaps you in the face like that, you just sit there and you're like, wow. It was incredible. Incredible. We were tracking some through the brush as well, and they were in a small clearing, and we were behind a bunch of brush where they couldn't really see us. Herd hunting, the PH told me, which I readily agree, is very difficult because of the sheer number of animals, the sheer number of eyes looking around. They're very alert. You know, being really, really aware not only of the wind, but, you know, of any movement you make, because at any given time, somebody's looking at you.
Looking at us, closest to us. Yeah.
Behind the yellow bushes. The one looking at us?
Yes, the one looking at us. He's facing to the right.
Okay.
So his shoulder is slightly below his head to the left.
So it was my fault because I should have not played, but I should have worked with the gun more, since especially I'm not familiar with it. It was something I mentally kicked myself for. They're gone.
Gone in there. It's thick stuff.
I know. Man, that was a perfect setup. When we had him in that corner, there was one looking right at us. I was like, oh, that's a good looking animal.
That's what stopped. Because if it wasn't for that cow, I could have called you to come next to me.
Right in that corner.
But she was looking right at us.
Yeah, I saw her. Yeah, we weren't set up in time, but I might have gotten a shot off, but then I wasn't familiar with the gun enough to be able to feel confident. But that changed.
Wendy. Yes.
Well, we went in the morning, we covered a lot of ground, and I'll tell you this, the roads here are primitive. You're bouncing around, your molars are falling out. It's just, you know, it's very primal here. Well, there was a running joke that I shared with the guys at camp, and unfortunately, in the last 3 hunts that I have made, one for an American elk, one for a Boone and Crockett whitetail deer, and one for an axis deer, with guides, don't matter if it was a 3-day or 4-day or 5-day hunt, I said, I don't find what I'm looking for until the last day, the last afternoon. I finalized those hunts with a one-shot kill. And I said, you know, maybe the streak will continue, who knows? You're up high on a bluff, and you're overlooking where the 2 rivers come together. Beautiful view down there. You can see for quite a ways, at least a couple of miles. Ryan just told me, hey, everyone has an idea. We had already seen 5 bulls up one of the rivers, probably a couple of miles away, in the middle of the river, resting. He said, we'll keep those in our hip pocket. Everyone thinks that there might be some bulls underneath here in this undergrowth by the river. And since we're here, let's go take a look. And I said, sure, we got nothing to lose, let's go take a look. It was about 3:30 in the afternoon. It gets dark here about 6:30. So we get down, walk down the river, and as we're walking, I'm learning how to read tracks. I'm thinking, that's a lion, that's a hippo, that's another lion track, you know, that's a buffalo. You know, there's another lion track, and I said, there's a lot of lion tracks here. I'm like, okay, interesting. There's nothing here right now, in the middle of the day, that's great. As soon as we get around that corner, they stop and they quickly pull back and they said, buffalo. We're down here at this point, see, and the buffalo is somewhere in here, probably no more than 50 yards or so. Everyone feel comfortable, we need to come back over here and make sure we're completely downwind of this guy and see if we can surprise him. Walk through this tall elephant grass, walk through a lot of brush, be as very quiet as possible. There's a tree, and Hebron climbs up this tree.
She's still there, I can't see him.
So we're like, where is this guy? Is he still here? Did he leave? Did he wind us? He's gone? I don't know. At this point, I'm like, okay, well, let's just see what happens. We move further down. There's nothing there. There's just tall elephant grass. You can't see over it. Ryan, the PH, basically gets on hands on his knees. Hebron steps on top of Ryan's back, and he's looking out, and he's got a vantage point probably about 8 feet in the air. And I'm thinking, well, that's pretty ingenious, but not so great for Ryan probably, but Hebron's looking and he goes, I'm like, oh, there he is. Okay, he's still here.
He's right there. Give him the other barrel through the shoulders.
I was pointing.
Through the shoulders.
Okay.
Well done.
Wow.
Mungu mkubwa.
Safi sana.
Well done.
Good done. And I got him in the head, didn't I?
Yeah. I was about to tell you he's turning and then you let him have it.
Is it a good one? I have no idea.
It's fantastic. Old bull. Old bull. Man. Lights out. Well done, Jorge. I mean, he just whoop,
I know.
dropped.
I couldn't believe it when I saw him drop there, and I'm like,
What a shot, my man. Look at that.
we didn't even have to go track him.
Beautiful old bull. As old as they get.
One shot. The streak continues. Man.
Huh?
First buffalo ever. First time hunting in Africa in 8 days, 7 days, 8 days of hard hunting. And we crept up on this guy. I couldn't believe it. But you know what? My elk, my axis, my whitetail, and now my buffalo are all one-shot kills on the last afternoon of multiple day hunts. Patience. Patience. Pays off.
It's right there.
At that point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, deep breaths, stay calm, click the safety when you're ready. You know what's going to be ready. Line up the V. This is your chance.
He's wandering away.
And then right away, they plant the sticks, which was, at that point, it's go time.
Wait toward me, right? No, he's quartering away. His head is on the right.
And there's grass and everything, and I see a black thing. And I had told Ryan, when I'm focused, that's it. Everything, I tune out everything, and I don't waste any time. You know, if I line up the shot, I take it. Took safety, lined up the V, got it on there, going for the shoulder. Well, unbeknownst to me, Ryan was in the middle of saying, wait. Buffalo turned his head apparently toward us. Maybe he heard us, maybe he saw us. It's like he turned his head toward us. So the bullet that was actually intended for his shoulder nailed him right here, right between the horns, right between the eyes. Wait. Oh my God, he's down. He's down. See blood streaming down his forehead, and I'm thinking, wow, I think I got him in the head. I think I got him in the head. I wasn't really planning on that, but I think I got him in the head.
Give him the other barrel through the shoulders.
I was pointing.
Through the shoulders.
Okay. This is a gun that about knocked me on my ass the first time I shot it, and I shot it twice within within a minute, and I didn't even notice it. To be honest with you, I didn't even notice it. But this morning I woke up, and this entire area right here is purple. This entire right here is purple. But it's a good feeling, and he was down. We took pictures.
No man deserves this more than you. You've worked for it, Jorge. You've got 2 new knees.
Yes.
You've probably lost about how many pounds? 15 at least?
Probably.
Yeah. From our colleague, you've learned how to consume copious amounts of alcohol. I tell you what a day. And I just want to mention that when God has a plan, that's the only plan. Imagine everything we've done over the past 1 week, all the experiences we've had, and this is what was waiting for us. This is a great old bull on his own, solitary, solid bosses, condition deteriorating, and a great shot.
You really put his lights out.
Well, what happened was he was quartering toward away from me a little bit, and I was focused on the shot, and apparently, unbeknownst to me, he had told me shoulder, 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 and I was lining up on the shoulder, and at the last second, he turned his head to look at us, and he said wait, but I was already letting go, and got him right here.
Well, if these are your shoulder shots,
Yeah. Yes.
I want you to take more of them. Congratulations.
We were all shocked. He dropped, and he actually, the way you see him now is pretty much the way he fell.
Yeah.
We didn't have to pose him for pictures or anything, just turned the head a little bit. The Africa experience didn't end there, though. It didn't end there. Went to go get the car, and there was debate whether to drive out into the river and pick him up, because he's a 1,400-pound animal, 650 kilos or so. And brought the car out in the river, and then we get stuck. And we're stuck. And not stuck a little bit, we're stuck a lot. But this is 4:30 in the afternoon. So then they had to get the jack out, use a board, pick up the vehicle, put logs and stuff under each tire to get the vehicle up. And my PH at that point says, I'm not sure about this. I don't have a good feeling. And I'm like, great. I'm going to start my prayers right now. So I started saying my prayers in my mind. By the time it's 5, maybe 5:30, the animal isn't fully processed. It's getting dark, and we're in an area that's known for having lions in the area. And I saw a bunch of paw prints in the sand walking up anyways. And I'm thinking, I have a gut paw right here. I have a dead buffalo right here, their favorite food. This is not good, and it's getting dark. In order of my prayers, vehicle was able to get out. He got up on firm sand.
This is what happens when you try to make things too easy. It ends up getting tougher.
That's okay. I have a story to tell my grandchildren.
They were wondering why I left it there. I was like, I'll bring it when you're ready. They're like, no, it's fine.
We manually dragged the animal. These guys are amazing. They're incredibly strong. Got him up in the vehicle. We're easily 2.5 to 3 hours away from camp. That's how far away we are. Distance-wise, I don't know, 60 kilometers? I have no idea. It's a long ways. I got the full African experience. Tracking, seeing, spotting, tracking, shooting, harvesting, getting stuck, seeing leopards fight, hunting just about every scenario possible for Cape Buffalo, all within a matter of 5 days. And I'm very blessed to experience all that.
an adventure.
Gosh, it was a dream come true for me, and it was all that I expected, all that I hoped for, and more than I expected, actually, more than I expected. So, but this way, I came here, I wanted to do some hunting, but I'm leaving here, falling in love with the land, and making plans to come back.
Nature wild and free, as it was meant to be.